Welcome to the Metal Queens podcast and Friday Night Metal on 105.9 The Mountain. I'm Steve Richards. Today's guest, a true force in modern thrash metal. She founded one of the most respected metal bands on the planet, played the biggest stages in the world from Wacken to Hellfest, and now she stepped fully in the spotlight as both guitarist and lead vocalist of Nervosa. Their brand new album, Slave Machine, comes out on April 3rd. It's on Napalm Records, and it's an absolute, let me tell you, thrash assault. 12 crushing tracks, packed with speed, power, and the fearless intensity Nervosa is known for. From the thunderous opener, Impending Doom, to the anthem, You Are Not a Hero, the band proves once again why they're one of the most dominant forces in modern metal. I am happy to have Prika from Nervosa join me here. Welcome.
Hey, welcome. Thank you so much.
So let's get right into it. Slave Machine, it's an absolute thrash monster of a record. When fans hit play on this for the very first time, what do you want them to feel immediately?
Um, we put so much feelings on this new album that it's hard to describe, but we want to be ourselves, keeping our roots there, being a thrash metal band from Brazil, but also bring surprising the fans. So it's somehow like to have elements of the things like, whoa, this is a different Nervosa. There is something different going on there. So that's what we want, to show, because we don't want to repeat everything that was done, but we don't want to change it ourselves, like we want to keep being what we are, and but bringing always something new, challenging ourselves to be a better musicians or do something different, going out of the box.
Mm.
So if you feel that, I'm more than happy.
Prinka, the title Slave Machine, it is very powerful. What inspired that name and the message behind the album?
We were talking a lot inside of the band about what we would like to talk for this new album, uh, lyric wise, talking more, and I was just like feeling like we have to say something that it's really from nowadays that everybody's living, and it's impossible we ignore the fact that it's going on and changing the humanity in a way that we never saw before because of technology. So being attacked that much and be addicted to a cell phone, like doesn't matter if you use social medias or not. Social media is a part of it, but not everything. We're still like very anxious when we are away from our phone for more than an hour because we think there is an important message of someone there. And these things is making us to have problems with anxiety more than ever. And also the work system in the world, it's like we have modern way to enslave people, then we want to bring this topic to the album, to be able to, for us also, to keep in mind where we have to put boundaries, like where we can cross the line and when we can stay, when it's health, when it's not. Because sometimes the things go so slow that we don't realize and how toxic it's been in our lives. So I struggle with that every day. Like I try to not be on the cell phone so much, but I work with this, like there is something good because example, this interview probably never would be possible if there is no internet,
Huh?
or like it would be very hard to make it happen somehow. And it's wonderful that we are in completely different part of the world and talking about this. This is amazing. But that's the point. Like, where is the limit? We are still figuring out also about the intelligence artificial and everything. Like, it's helping us to have more time to do other things because it helps you bring things ready that you're going to spend hours trying to type something, right? Or whatever. But at the same time, like you are being lazy, you are putting your thoughts in a computer, you know, like when it's stopped to be good.
Yeah.
So that's the reflection that this new album is bringing.
Yeah. AI is causing a lot of laziness too, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
This record feels both old school thrash and very modern at the same time. Was that balance something you guys were shooting for?
Yes, but it actually came very natural in the band because also modern metal, it's totally the vibe of our drummer. And actually it was exactly the thing that we needed for this new album. Like her influences from new generation of metal and new kinds of modern metal. And because me and Elena, we compose all the riffs and melodies, and we are very old school. We love old school metal music. We also like some modern bands here and there, and it for us it's a bit hard to change this because it's not what we are. But this mix of the influences of the other members of the band that bring this modernity, we love it so much. You know, I think it was like a perfect match, and we were feeling inspired in each other in the influences that what we have. You know, like particularly, and putting everything together, and also the topic of the album is very heavy, so then we were going to the dark side. That's why it's like one of the heaviest album of Nervosa. And we could really like go deep, you know, in these
Yeah.
things together. And it was kind of naturally, but we wanted to for sure to bring more groove. Because groove it's amazing because when we are playing we can enjoy a lot. It's like the riff it's taking you, you know, to somewhere, you know, and you cannot stop to head banging, you know.
Mm,
So that's what we want to feel because we have a lot of speed songs, which are amazing. But when we're thinking about set lists, we don't want to repeat everything that was done. We want to keep there. Then let's bring something new. So the groove was like, yes, groovy. Let's move all together and feel the song. So that was our thought.
On the last album, Jailbreak, fans heard you take over as lead vocalist. Now coming up on what, almost 3 years that you're the lead vocalist. What was the biggest challenge, Prika, stepping into that role while still shredding the guitar?
Look, I think the hardest thing was like the short period that this happened. Did freak me out because I was not prepared for that. I was feeling very insecure back in time before we recorded Jailbreak. I was feeling fear because I didn't know if it would be really possible. I say like I would do it. I would find a way. I would do it. But I was not like my vocals can last. I'm doing correct. Like on stage, I can deliver everything that I'm recording. I can sing and play all of these questions I had in my mind. You know, like so that was very hard. But since I started to tour, which was like a bit after we recorded this album, and all of these fears went away. I said, ah, of course, it's possible. It's everything. It's about fear, you know, like
Yeah.
it's everything about fear. So then taking this out after this, the most difficult thing for me ever was memorizing the lyrics. My memory sucks really bad, and I took a lot of time to really have the lyrics in my mind. Now I don't have this problem anymore because I created this because it's like a gym. You know, you have to practice, 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 practice your brain to memorize, not practice like just the you know the playing and singing, but practice my brain because I never was the singer, so I don't have muscles in my brain to memorize the lyrics. So then I created that. At past time, it's past, but that was the hardest thing because for me to sing and play was very natural, weird, but it was very natural.
Mm.
But yeah, that was the hardest.
Prika, did taking on the lead vocals change the way you write songs at all?
No, because actually, since the beginning of Nervosa, I was composing some vocal lines as well. Like the song example, Death is a song that I wrote the lyric and many parts of the vocal lines. And it was something that I was already thinking musically. I was always thinking about guitars, melodies, lyric, and vocals. Like drums and bass is something that it's secondary for me as a composer. Not that the instruments are not secondary, but I mean, I was not thinking about it because I say like I would leave these things for the drummer because she can do a better job than me. I never pay attention. I'm not uh, so close to the drums, but vocals in somehow I actually that's why it was so natural for me to sing and play because actually it was something that was already inside of me. I was the only one that was responsible to block this inside of myself. But once I have to do it, it was very natural because it was already there.
Prika, when I hit play on the opening track, Impending Doom, it really just builds. It builds tension and then it explodes into chaos. Why was that the perfect way to start this album?
This was the first song that we recorded as well, and I recorded the vocals. And when we finished the compositions of the album, we were feeling like this is a special song. For sure, this would be one of the singles. This song and the Slave Machine song was very
Yeah.
clear for us. These are singles for sure. And it was very challenged because there is a lot of vocals in the chorus. There's melodic clean vocals, there's low clean vocals, there is very high, like with the falsetto vocals clean. I have like a rocky voice, I have growls, I have a low guttural and many vocals there because it was very experiment. And I was recording, and our producer Martin Furia, he was like, yes, no, let's record everything, and then we can check what we're gonna stay. So he used most part of the things that I did, and it was very very nice. We were feeling like we were in a laboratory, but enjoying every single thing that we were doing there. So yeah, and I was feeling more confident. Okay, let's try more and more and more and more. So then you feel this in the other songs as well. But everything is started with Impending Doom.
And then the song You Are Not a Hero, it's got a really huge kind of anthem feel to it. What story or message is behind that track?
Man, we are living a crazy moment nowadays that we never expected and we never thought like we would see the past coming again, you know. So we have many leaderships in many countries around the world. I'm not talking about the one specific, but in all of these guys that thinks that they are superior to the others and that they can do whatever they want and killing many people and harming, because in the end, us that we are population, we are the victims. They are just fighting for more power and money, like, but in a so wild way and so aggressive way, and they think they are heroes. They are not fucking heroes, you know. So that's what we, it's like a scream to the out part, like, stop to do it. You already have a lot of money, a lot of power. Why you have to destroy everything? You are not the hero. You cannot fix the problems of the other. There's this bullshit about the excuse should stop. You know, like they are destroying everything. And people think that they are constructing something. The people think that they are heroes. They are not fucking heroes. They are politicians. And we have to ask them things. They are not, they are people that should work for the people. And they are just working from themselves. So that's like a desperate scream.
Ghost Notes. And before this interview, I noticed you posted a little clip from the video, a very special moment from the video for Ghost Notes on Instagram. It's got some incredible guitar work, this song. Was that one of the most fun songs to record?
Yes, it's one of the most fun songs to play actually. In general, like in all the songs of Nervosa, I'm super excited to play the song live. It's an amazing song to play. And the guitar solo that Elena recorded, Elena is an incredible guitarist. And when we recorded the first album together, Jailbreak, I was always super impressed what she can do it. And I never expected that she can be better, because for me she was already in the maximum level. You know what I mean? Like I say, whoa, Jesus Christ, it's amazing. And I remember our producer, which is also the guitarist of Destruction and also an amazing guitarist. And I remember Elena bringing the solo, and he was listening the solo for the first time, and then his reaction was extremely funny because he said like, whoa, 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 how many frets do you have in your guitar? Like, because it was so fast and there's so many notes and never ending. I say like, it seems like you have like, I don't know, 229 frets in your guitar. It's amazing, perfect. So yes, that is the evolution that we love to see as a musicians.
Nervosa has played some of the biggest metal festivals in the world. Prika, do you remember the moment, and maybe it was on that Wacken stage, when you realized the band had truly become global?
Actually, this happened many years ago. Um, for me, the moment that was a key change for Nervosa was when we play in Rock in Rio. That was till nowadays the biggest stage that we've been. There was 70,000 people there, and the show was transmitted for millions of peoples like around the world. You know, because it was live and it's a big television, one of the biggest televisions in the world, and that was like a wow. Okay, and we were playing with the Slayer, the last show of Slayer
Yeah.
in Latin America actually was in Rock in Rio in the same stage, and Slayer is my favorite band. So it was like, whoa, I can't believe it. I'm realized like I'm my dreams come true. Like I have so many dreams coming true right now that I say like I still think that this was a dream. You know, like it's very hard to imagine that this really happened. And that was the moment, like I say, okay, we are a worldwide band. That was the moment.
Did you ever get this far in your dreams?
Yes and not. I mean, I always dreaming with that for sure, but we never like really know if this would be possible because live from music, it's already something really hard, and live from music, playing rock, it's way harder, and then playing metal, and then being from Latin America, there's such a big of list of
Yes.
difficulties. Like I say, it's possible because everything is possible. There is a possibility there. It's very small, but you know. But actually, I never stopped to dream. So, and then when you never stop to dream and never give up and work very hard and very serious and like with one objective, I truly believe that this can happen, you know.
But
So
Prika, you
I never
guys,
imagined, but
and you guys have proved them all wrong on that list, which is great.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like I don't care, I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I will do it. It's
Fuck
exactly
it. We're
like that.
doing it.
Yeah.
So this band last year celebrated 15 years together. Can you believe it's been that long?
Yes. It's time passed so fast, man. When we look at back, I say like, whoa, 15 years already. But I remember I just started this band yesterday, like last year. It's crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
You did a lot of touring
And we
last
done.
year.
Yeah, and we did so many things. So many things. Like at the same time it seems to be 30, 40 years. Because I was coming back to the numbers because we were celebrating 15 years. I said, okay, let me start to account to some stuff. And then I see like I did more than 46 tours with
Wow.
Nervosa.
Wow.
This is insane, insane, insane. In 3 years was 15 tours in 3 years. That's just something crazy, man.
That is. All
That's
right. And speaking of touring, so the album's coming out on April 3rd. What's the plan for touring for the rest of the year that you can talk about right now?
yeah, it's exactly the perfect moment to explain everything now. We finally took a break. So to rest a bit, to replan the band because we have big plans and we want to give a bigger step. And every time that we want to go further, and we need more time to plan, you know. And we also want to focus in the promotions of this new album, because if we are on tour, example, this interview would be very hard to have it.
Yes.
And but we want to give attention and put ourselves a lot into this. We are working for our YouTube channel, releasing a lot of playthroughs, behind the scenes, interviews, documentaries, and many things, something that we always promised to our fans but never was possible because we are on the tour all the time, so we have no time for this. We barely have time to rest. So that was the point. So I say, like, no, let's take a break for a few months. It's winter, things are not going like that smooth. So let's take this break to rest, because once we started, we'll be very tense and with no stop. So it's good to have this break, but we have tours to announce, like many big and nice things to announce. And we are very excited for that and working very hard. So you all can wait. We will announce things very soon.
All right. So follow them on social for more on upcoming tour dates. All right. This is the lightning round of questions. First thing that comes to mind here as I ask you these. Favorite thrash band of all time?
Slayer.
Loudest crowd you've ever played for? Was it Rock in Rio?
Ooh, that was one of the loudest. Yes, can be.
Coffee before a show or after or something else?
I love coffee in the morning, but not before the show, because this is not good for the vocals, because
Yeah.
dehydrating the vocals. So before the show, only water.
What's the one guitar riff that you wish you had written?
Wow. There are so many, man. But look, I could say whatever riff from Slayer. But okay, let's leave Slayer a bit beside, and I will say also whatever riff from Metallica. Example, there
Yeah.
are some songs. Yes, I remember the riff that made me to want to play was Seek and Destroy, and I said, like, I want to learn this riff, you know. So let's choose this one.
All right. Good one, Metallica. One word to describe this album, Slave Machine.
Brutal, maybe.
Good. Good one there. When people listen to your music years from now, Prika, what do you hope they feel and what do you hope they remember about Nervosa?
I like our history and everything that we did with this band. Like, we are a Brazilian band that had a very unstoppable career. We played in many places. We are around the 62 countries that we already played and been. And I love when people say, like, I was following Nervosa since the beginning. I'm a new fan, you know, and then we have these connections with our fans. For me, this is very important. That is one of the things that I most like to be a singer, because I could be closer to the fans. And I love when they come to me and I say, "Hi, I saw Nervosa back in 2016 when you were just a guitarist." I say, nice to have you here, still being here, you know, like we have one of the most loyal fan base, and I'm very proud of it.
Nervosa's brand new album, Slave Machine, drops on April 3rd. It's on Napalm Records. And if you love powerful, high-speed thrash metal, this record absolutely delivers. Trust me. Make sure you check out the album, follow Nervosa online, and catch them live on tour again when they announce forthcoming tour dates and at festivals around the world. Prika from Nervosa, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much for this opportunity to come here and talk. And yes, thank you so much. And stay tuned. And I hope to see you soon on the road.
Yes, thank you, Prika.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. And if you enjoyed the interview, subscribe to the Metal Queens podcast, where we spotlight the women shaping the future of rock and metal. I'm Steve Richards. Thank you for watching.